Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Mini Cooper ECM, this time in a 2007 Cooper S JCW. This is coming from Australia. Another customer from Australia. I'm very happy to see how far is my small business reaching. I'm so humble, so thankful too. Thank you so much, all of you that support my channel. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel because that really helped my small business. I'm a one person business and I'm trying to do, as much as I can to help others. And you will help me if you subscribe to the channel. That would really help me a lot because that's the way that I promote my business and that really helped me. So thank you so much to all of you. All right, going back to the business, to the repair. Okay, again, 2007 Mini Cooper S. He said that he replaced, as you can see, I cover most of his information, and this is also so he can see his own paper because this was sent to me with the computer. So it says I replaced four injectors as the scan tools show one and four had zero injection timing. When I cut them both out, it was no different, so made no difference. The problem is the same with four new injectors. Codes are as follows. Um, as you see, 2D7F, high pressure fuel injector 1, low side activation. So this is definitely sounds like injector. Map thermostat activation, that is very common on these ones, and I would recommend to check the actual um, map thermostat connector. I don't see no corrosion in the computer to make me believe the computer is in problems with that because this is definitely the connector on the map thermostat. Replace the thermostat and the connector. I think it's only running on two cylinders. I did a compression test, all 150, TPS 0 to 100, duty cycle as show it should be. Took cover off and check timing, guides, and cam timing is all good with the engine running. If you cut power to coils 1 and 4, the reps don't change. Cut power to 2 and 3 and it stalls. So it's only firing in 2 and 3. I swap coils and spark plugs around, same result. All right, so the first thing that I wanted to do is definitely, as always I do my homework, find information. Even though I have prepared multiple of this, I like to always get the information specifically for the car. All right, so I have connected to the scanner, and you see that I have a picoscope on the CAN bus. I bought this on my breakout box. Now I have this auto breakout box, which are where I can connect. It's kind of like an extension from the OBD port, so I can connect my oscilloscope on channel 6 and 14 or any other of the terminals in here, right? Which makes it very handy. For this computer, I have to provide the CAN bus resistance or resistor because they're not in the computer. I have also, as you see right now, finally the connectors, and I have the two other coming. I'm actually, as you see, I have another wire in here. This is going to be for the pedal positions, actually the accelerator to connect, and then I have also rigged 4 millimeter banana adapters with all the tags for 5-volt reference, sensor ground, and APP1 and 2 signals. Like that, if I suspect something, I can connect my oscilloscope or a multimeter. In this case, I'm using it to check the 5-volt reference, and it's good, but I can, when I have everything here, which I order a pedal accelerator and a throttle body, I'm going to connect everything to the computer so we can check those two circuits because those are common failures on this computer. I want to have a nice setup that I can plug and play very quick and easy, very fast to give a faster response to a customer because with this I can have in minutes a result and record a video for you guys and for him. All right, so communication is fine. I have no issues with that. All right, so we can lower this down. I have everything in order. This is specifically for his bin, TT35524. I can actually kill the communication, which is not a problem, and I want to do that so I can, show that in here. All right, so we can go back from scratch. I'm just going to do the auto scan so you can see the VIN being populated. I don't really need a scan for the test that I'm using or that I'm doing for him. This is very specific for injectors or so. Again, 2007 Mini Cooper TT35524, and that is exactly his VIN number. And with that VIN number, this is what it comes up. This is an Ista, so it's definitely an R56 with an N14 engine. So it's a GDI engine, and I have all the correct information. All right, so the first thing that I always do is also check the connectors. This is the way connectors are on this computer. So you have the X604. I had kind of like the computer backwards, but this is X6304. It will be the first one that has all the powers and grounds. APP 50 reference 1 and 2 are here, sensor grounds, and some other important signals. Sorry for the interruption. The next connector is either X60231 or 211. That is also a 53 pin. And then at last, we have a small connector, the X60232 or 0212. Depends on if it's an N14 or N16 or an N18. And that is, again, all connectors will work. What I have done for my bench test, because there are some difference. Let me show you that. I actually have it here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Just to show you. So we have, this is again for a lot of orders, but this is funny because it's also an M14, so this is pretty good. But as you see, I have also separated powers and ground difference in between an N16 and N14. For the bench test, I don't need these orders. The reason I don't need that is, let me just show you this. Let's say, this is pin 5, and this is pin, I don't remember, I think it's pin 1 in here, or it can be vice versa. Actually, it's vice versa. This is pin 1, and this is pin 5 on the center connector. You will see that they're not even populated inside the computer. So you see, it's nothing connecting this directly to the PC, to the DME. But if you go over to the diagrams, let's say like if I go over to the coils, sorry I'm jumping around a little bit, but I want to show you that. So you can see the power for the coils is coming from pin 5 in the center connector, that's the 231. And then the power is, let me move this. I didn't do it with the hand because this is a PDF. But so we see that we have through a relay commanded by the junction box. When this is commanded on ignition, right, this relay will close and it will send power on pin 1 over to the DME and connector X604. That is this pin. But this pin doesn't power up anything internally in the computer. Absolutely nothing. All it does is jump this to here. That's it. So and then it will come out on pin 5 to feed power to the coils. Why does BMW or Mini Cooper do this kind of things? I have absolutely no idea. All they're doing is bringing a wire here and making it go out. Uh, you ask me why? There is absolutely no protection. There is absolutely nothing. This is just a jumper. If I solder these two wires or everything outside the DME, it will work exactly the same way. It will not change nothing. All right, but that's the kind of things why I don't have those powers out or in because I don't need it. So this is the reason I have some cross and stuff like that. We have communications in pin 40 and 52 for CAN high and CAN low. We got firewall reference on X604. We got firewall reference once on pin 46 and firewall reference 2 and pin 20. Firewall reference 2. Those are also for the pedal position sensor 1 and 2, which is very important. Signals for pedal position sensors are in 35 and in 34, as I name in here. And then the grounds, this is what I'm using because I'm going to, again, create a harness with the original connector to plug into the pedal position, sorry, the accelerator pedal, and then move the throttle body, which is also, and I will show that in another video. I'm actually creating the full harness. And for that, I have the other two connectors in here, just waiting for the other components to come and then make my own setup in here full to test this computer properly. All right, so but this is pretty much what I need. As you see, I have ECT sensors and some motor. Depends again on the computer. I always have to double check these signals or grounds because of whatever you are setting up. Because if I go, let's say, like in here, like I'm reading all these 5 references, but if I go over to pin 22, it might be injectors on these N14. So I always have to double check that myself. But that is again for my test, and I just when I was touching the screen, I already click in here. But yeah, this is just the next step. I select in here Mini Cooper. This is an R56. Sorry, I'm going quick, trying to make this video as short as possible. And then DME. This is just to prove that we do have communication. I also want to show, if possible, what is happening when we are here. When I click on next, let me see if I can make this somehow better. I want to show you the difference on communication. So hopefully, maybe you guys can see. Yeah, just look at the how nice and blue is this because we're in this page. But if I click on this continue, when I stop the communication, that should go around into a red or so. Like right now, it's actually in plenty of communication. So I wasn't able to prove that. But when you are or you disconnect the scanner, you will lose that. And this is only because I'm doing a bench test. On the car, that will not happen. All right, reading fault codes. I don't have any for the injectors in here. Obviously, well, actually, I do. High pressure fuel injector, low side activation. I didn't see this before. And map time, oh, it's actually they're all here. Perfect. So we have map thermostat activation. Well, though, it's not connected. And then throttle potentiometer is not activated or not connected. We will have, accelerator pedals and, throttle body, PT can, throttle body potentiometer 1. It all depends on the year of the computer. It can give you throttle body or a pedal position sensor, whatever the year of the computer that changes. But yeah, so we have fuel injector, low side, and 1. I don't see nothing on 4. All right, so that's a good sign. So what I'm going to do next, um, let me lower this and go again into, we were on the connectors. These are the powers and grounds as I explained, and I transfer all that data over to my paper so I can always have it in here. Again, grounds, powers, and then I have also the pedal position accelerator pedal in here. I have the injectors. These are the injectors, so I know which pins I have to go, and are all again computers in complete control of the power and or the ground. So one thing that I did too, and this is very important. Let me just 1 second. Injector spin out. Because you can get this from ISTA, and it's very important. A lot of people is like, how you know which one is ground and which one is the power from the injector? So ISTA has it. So if you are in ISTA, and actually, I have ISTA open too. Let's do this right here. Okay, so if I have go over to, I'm in component, oh, sorry, function structure, powertrain. So you have to click after you select the car, you go over to troubleshooting. I'm in the upper corner, right where that red hand is. Then I go function structure, powertrain, and I just click on the powertrain so it populates all the data that I need. If I were to be connected on the car, all these ABLs are test plans, and I can run it as I please. But all I need for here is wire diagram. So if I go here and I select injectors, oh, sorry, I'm not still on the right here. I select fuel injectors. That's going to open the wire diagram. So those are, again, SSP are wire diagrams. When I am here, okay, well, it's PEBC3 or UEBC3. Okay, what is powers or ground? I don't know, right? So you click in overview, you click on lines, and then that tells you what each line is. So let me zoom in, and I can move this in here so you guys can see more or better what we're doing in here. So let's say UEBC2. So U EBC2 supply for fuel injector 2. And this in this case is actually very inconclusive too, because look at what it's saying, the PEVC2 supply fuel injector cylinder 2. So the manufacturer is not telling us which one is the power or which one is the ground. And realistically, for the GDI injectors, you should check both circuits. I will know immediately inside because obviously I know the circuitry inside the computer. But remember, this is a GDI injector, so you will have pulses and amperage on both sides because it's controlling and then pulse width modulating that injector to keep it open. So it's not a constant ground or a constant power on this setup. All right, guys, but this is what I want to show first. This is for, again, Nathan in Australia. Branxton, Australia. Thank you so much, Nathan, for sending me the computer. I will now study. I'm going to connect the cord tracer. I know now that I have powers and grounds, and we got communication, fiber reference, everything is good. So I can safely, because this computer was already not open, but somebody else already opened it up. And how I know that? Because the silicone, let me just show you. This is second time, or I don't know how many times, but at least somebody was here. Somebody put like a clear coat silicone, and you can see that in there. That is not original, definitely. So this will have uh, black silicone, and you can see it here too as well. So yes, when I see something like this, before I touch the computer, before I do anything else, I want to make sure that that is indeed communicating and is something that I can work with because I don't want to be blamed for something else. All right, guys, I got the computer connected over to the curve tracer, and definitely we have a problem with the injector drivers. So definitely, Nathan, your computer will be 100% repair. This is no doubt about it, a problem in your DME, and it is indeed on injectors 1 and 4. So I'm going to show you first one of my datas or files that I have saved, and we are going to see that here. So this is again my information. You're not going to find this anywhere in the web, so please don't even look for it. What I want you to see is I marked this is the injector IC, which is very hard to remove, but with the computer outside the case is still hard, but not that hard. I got a special hot plate that I use, this one right here. I set the board here to set up to like around 300 degrees Celsius, and then I remove, and that makes it very, very, very good, very easy to do. All right, so what I want you to see is this. So this kind of like a red minus or opposites of here is the same as in here. So these are the signals coming from the pins through diodes and then over all the way to reach the driver. So we have, and I want to show you the diamond right here, injector 3, the square is injector 1, the X is injector 4, and then the thunder lightning is injector 2. So injector 1, injector 4, injector 2, and injector 3. So I want you to remember that these are 1 and 4, 2 and 3. All right, so we're going to go now to the curve tracer. I did already the test. So as you see here, we have some red dots and some, sorry, green dots and some red dots. So I'm going to restart the test. So let me auto test, but I want you to start. I want to start right there. So right now there is no dots as you see. I'm right now in auto test, and all I'm going to do is touch right there to see on the signal. So what I'm going to do is touch here, right there I see, and we should look for that signal, and it's not there. So what I want you, oh, like let me how can I do this? All right, so this should go all the way to here. So what we're looking at, and we can see there is red, 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 and then it should be showing me a red dot. I don't know why it's not changing. Um, As I'm in auto test. Let me go over to the next one. I should have already a red dot, and I do. I don't know why it's not changing, but we have the red dot. So we're going to do the same test in here in number 4. And it's right now passing. So it might be partially happening because before I got a red dot, but right now I have a green dot and it's passing. So most of the problem is in number 1, as we can see here. See, test completed, and that is indeed not passing. But before I had 2 red dots in number 1 and number 4. So Nathan, these will be 100% repairable. All right, guys, I just finished the repairs. I want to show you now indeed. Let me actually turn this off because otherwise the iron will stay on. All right, so that is now. Let me restart a test. Let me see. Auto test, and we're going to start on this point. Let me see, and that one. So I'm setting up on injector 4. Let me just revisit that picture so I'm also saying that correctly. So that will be injector 1, and then X is injector 4. So 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, 3. All right, so that's injector 1, 4, 2, and 3. All right, so let me start by touching here. Not sure how much you can see that. Let me actually turn the camera on so you guys can see my repairs look like factory. So if you ever wanted to see how it's done, or if I replace anything, you pretty much will never notice. I mean, a K9, somebody that has worked on this will probably know, but otherwise it's going to be very hard for anyone to really ever notice. The reason I say that is, let me put this into, I'm just trying to make this better for you guys. But yeah, so hopefully the camera can pick up that well. Let me put some extra light in there. Yeah, I'm trying to get you the best possible view. But yeah, as you can see, everything is nice and original, all nice and clean. I clean the flux. I have this special chemical that is to remove the flux. It's from NG Chemicals, 4140A. That is really, really good. And yes, I clean the board really well, so no flux is left because that will create eventually corrosion. Yep, this is the new driver install. All right, so let me escape that picture or video or image. All right, so let's focus onto this test. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to touch in here. Let me just do it with you guys in here so you can see. And when I'm touching in there, see that green around that image is because they're exactly the same. So you see now it's a green dot. So I'm going to the next one, which is number 4. And we got the same, and then a green dot. So I'm now going to keep you here, and I'm going to do the test on the other 2 drivers so you can see how that changes. Let me get back a little. So I'm going to touch that right there. It's hard to say or to do. All right, so you can see, and you can see how now it's a green dot in there as well. And now the last one, which is right here, and we have test completed. That is excellent. So we're good to go, and we have from 4 green dots. So everything is now repaired on this computer. All right, Nathan, I'm going to call you, contact you to send this as quick as possible. You're in Australia, so I want to make sure that you get back into your car and enjoy your sweet drive because your diagnostics was right in the money. The problem was in the computer. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Again, I'm very humble, very passionate with what I do, and I really, really appreciate everything that you guys do to support my channel and my business. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.